Yo, what up, dudes? This is Pip Surfer, and this is another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today is Thursday, July 31st, 2008, and we are rounding up the month in today's trading. We had quite a hectic day, but I'm just going to get right into it. Of course, I have two charts open, my 4-hour and my 15-minute chart. This is the cable, or the pound dollar. So the first thing I'm going to do is check out our overall trend on the 4-hour chart. And you can see that right here, these last 4 candles, this marks today's action. And you can see that although we had some up and down movement and big spikes, we did not have any new trend changes. So what we do then is look back at our previous trend change candle, and we can see that it was back here on July 29th at 4 p.m. And this right here was the trend. I'm sorry, this is 4 a.m. This is the trend change candle right here, and it indicates that our trend is down. And again, we had no new trend change candles, so today we were only looking for short trades. Alright, so now I'm just going to go down to my 15-minute chart, and I'm just going to take it back to midnight, and I'm going to do a recap and just go candle by candle so you can see what I saw. The first thing we do before we trade is we're going to take a look at today's news events. That way we know which time areas to look out for. So I'm just going to open up Baby Pip's calendar right here. And we can see that the two major events that were affecting the sterling dollar were the nationwide HPA, which came out at 2 a.m., as well as the advanced GDP for the US dollar, which came out at 8:30 a.m. So 2 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, those were the times that I was looking for regarding when to avoid trading. Okay? So now that we know our news, we can jump right into it. And remember, we're looking for short trades. So I'm just going to go ahead and start this chart moving forward, one candle at a time. And we could see, remember, each of these candles are 15-minute increments. And here we have a crossover to the short side, indicated by this purple candle. So that raises a flag, and now we just check to see if our other indicators match up to see if we have a short trade. Here we go to RSI, and we see that's below 50. Stochastics are trending down. And if you zoom up, MACD was positive and losing value, so all these indicators line up, which means this is a valid trade. You would try to enter as close to the close of this candle as possible, and that would be at around 97.98. Our stop would be at the most recent swing high, which you can just line up right there at 98.12. Since we're right under the 9800 level, we're at 98. The closest 50 level is all the way down at 97.50, and that gives us about 48 pips to gain there. So that's a good amount of pips to go for. So we'll keep our profit target at that. Now the thing is, remember, we have housing to come. The HPI at 2 a.m. the sterling. So right now it's this is the 130 candle, and when this closes it's 145. So now you got to factor in the news coming out. And because I don't like to trade around news events, I would not enter. So this would be almost a valid signal here, but because it was near news, we did not enter. So it was a close one there, but no entry. So we're just going to move forward. And here you can see that we did have the news candle, and you can see that there was a spike there, but really it ended up in the same place. So we're still out of the market, still looking for short trades. We see that the price moves up here. Still nothing going on. Here we have another crossover to the short side. This is at 4 a.m. There's no news around that time so as far as we're concerned. Let's see if the indicators match up. RSI is below 50, stochastics trending down. Once again, MACD is positive and losing value. So this is another valid short trade. So we're going to try to enter as close to the close of this candle as possible, which is at 98.04. Our stop is at the most recent swing high, which is at 98.32. Now, because we are only 4 pips away from the nearest 0 or 50 level, and the nearest 0 level right here is 9800, so that would only give us about 4 pips of profit, not including the spread. So basically you're just going for a pip or so. So we want to go for as many pips as possible, and the best way to do that is, in this case, is go for the same amount of pips that we're risking on the trade. So we'll just calculate what we have. Our stop is at 98.32, and we're entering at 98.04. So that's a 28 pip risk. So all we do is subtract 28 from our entry, which is 98.04. And we come up with a target of 97.76. So I'll just go ahead and put our target right here, 97.76, and now we're in the trade, and so now we can just go forward. Okay, price keeps moving, keeps moving. Here we almost get stopped out. Price reaches a high of 98.31. Remember, 98.32 is the level that's marked on the chart, but depending on how you have your chart out, you have to factor in the spread. So make sure you do that when you trade, okay? You go by the values on the chart, but always factor the spread in when you make your entries. All right, so we got close to being stopped out there, still nothing. All right, it's about 6:30 now. We're still in the trade. Price continues to go back and forth, sideways, sideways. Here we have some good movement. Okay, now it's 8:15 right here. We know that news is coming out at 8:30, and we know we don't want to be in news in a trade when news comes out. So we're going to go ahead and take off our trade here. And I just closed at 97.87 right here, which is right around where it closed. So now we exit the trade there because we know news is coming out. All right. So next thing we know, boom, news candle, and you can see that it's very volatile. So it's a good thing that we're out, and that's the whole reason why we don't stay in trades during news, and this is why we don't enter trades on news, because of this kind of reaction, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, so we keep going forward. Here we have another crossover to the short side. RSI is below 50, stochastics are trending down, and MACD went from positive to negative, so yet another valid signal. There is no news around this time, so we are safe to enter. The entry would be as close to the close of this candle as always, so that would be 98.09. Our stop would be at the most recent swing high at 99.26. It's a fairly big stop, and again our nearest zero level or 50 level is right at 9800, which doesn't give us much reward if we hit our target. So again, we're going to go for the same amount of pips we're risking on this trade, which is a big amount, but you know, that's what you want to do. At least try to go for a one-to-one risk to reward ratio here. So we're just going to take 99.26 and subtract that from our entry, which is at 98.09, and we have 117 pip risk. Remember, it's a big risk, so you want to make sure that you're following your money management rules. If it's too big, don't enter. If you can adjust your trade size so that it doesn't risk that much of your capital, your margin, then do that. But you have 117 pip risk here. So now what you're going to do is just take 98.09 and subtract 117 pips, and you have a target at 96.92. So that's way down here. Okay. And so we're just going to go forward, and I have it at 96.95, but you get the idea. There you go. Go forward here, and the rest of the day the price kind of just moves stagnant. And here, as I make this update, it's almost 3:30. I went ahead and exited. I do, like to hold my trades until 4, but sometimes I can't wait that long, and I just have to exit. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a winner anyways. Market volume usually dies down around this time, so I just went ahead and took a small loss and just took my trade off. There's no need to hold it. It doesn't look like there's going to be any action, and just close your trade out and wait until tomorrow again. So that was pretty much today, and we had a busy day. Hopefully you found the same trades I did. Hopefully you grabbed some pips I did. Hopefully you got your targets, cut your losses short, and followed the rules. So that was pretty much it for today. I hope you enjoyed this update, and I will see you all next time. Peace.